what if you could be happy, healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life? What if you could be lean, love what you see in the mirror, have a stack of energy, fight germs, bugs, viruses and diseases, have a happy headspace, avoid all the horrible things that happen when your body breaks down as you get older, and whatever age you are now, wouldn't it be awesome to wake up every day with a stack of energy? I call it the 3 E's: energy, enthusiasm and excitement for life. Well, as an exercise professional, and I have been all of my life, literally, I started teaching group exercise when I was 13 years of age, started exercising when I was 10. I've never missed a day of exercise, so I'm probably a very unique individual. And I share that with you because often people say to me, oh, Rowie, that's a bit weird or fanatical or disciplined. Surely you've missed one day. Well, the other thing I haven't missed is I've showered every day, I've brushed my teeth every day, I've eaten food every day, I breathe air every day. I also exercise every day because I understand how awesome it makes you feel. One of the challenges though, as an exercise professional all of my life, is that I've watched the world get fatter and sicker and weaker, more diseased, more depressed, and we are not in good shape as a human race. I think you might notice that. If you don't want that for yourself and you don't want that for your family, your friends, the people that you care about, what do we need to do to make sure that we as humans, you and I, and the people that we care about, stay healthy, fit and strong for long? I get really, very few things annoy me or frustrate me, but this is one of the things that I wish didn't happen in the world. Get fit and then get unfit. Get into great shape and then get out of shape. Look fantastic in the mirror and then hate what you see in the mirror. What I would love for the world is to pick an energy level, pick a size or a weight or whatever it is that you're going to use to be a judgment of how you want to look and feel, and then stay that way for the rest of your life. So pick a weight, pick an energy level, pick a size, pick how you want to feel and stay that way. Not lose weight, gain weight, go on a diet, put on weight. I just wish it didn't happen. And again, as an exercise professional, these are the simple things that I wish we could get the message across and make it really simple. But I think that the exercise, and I'll call it an industry rather than a profession, has made exercise complicated and boring and long and fanatical, and it just doesn't have to be. So my driving force every day, and I'm a very old lady now, but my driving force is to make sure that if you want to be healthy, fit and strong for long, if you want to be lean, if you want to love what you see in the mirror, that you know that there is an alternative to the long, boring, fanatical, crazy exercise plans that are out there. And we now have social media. I've been around a very long time where if you wanted to exercise, you went to the gym or you went for a walk or a run. Now you can get whatever information you think is going to add value to your life just by clicking a button, opening up a screen. But unfortunately, and I'm sure that you know this already, yeah, there's a lot of silliness out there when it comes to food and exercise. And my driving force every day is to keep exercise simple, safe, fast and effective. And I think that, and I always ask this question, if you decide to exercise, if you decide to have a healthy eating plan, should you be able to demand from those two things? If you're going to eat healthy and you're going to exercise, should the results from those two things be that you have a stack of energy, you perform at your best, you love what you see in the mirror, and you get the results that you want from that eating and exercise plan? Should you be able to demand that? Please say yes. So if I'm going to give you an exercise program, if anybody else is going to give you an exercise program, you should be able to demand, yes, that it's going to give you energy, help you perform at your best, make sure that you look good in the mirror, and make sure that you get the results that you want. And everybody wants different results. You might have a sporting event, you might have an article of clothing you want to wear, you might just want to have more energy to be a mum or a dad or a school teacher or be just fantastic or whatever it is that you do. You might have an event coming up that you want to look good for. You might want to be like me and be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life. Barring accident, it's been suggested by the longevity experts now that we could live to 150 years young. But you got to look after yourself. And surely crazy exercise programs and fanatical dieting and can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have, stuff that screws with your head, surely that's not something that's going to be maintainable long term. So if I can, in any way, shape or form, encourage, excite, motivate, inspire you, just to know that you don't have to do the crazy stuff. Anatomy and physiology of the human body is really actually quite simple. Yes, there's people who make it complicated and use big words, and we all wonder, how do I take fat off my body, and how do I get healthy, and how do I get fit, and how do I get strong? And there's all these contradicting programs about sets and reps and how many days a week, and it's all about numbers. Usually everything to do with exercise seems to be about numbers. Heart rate, number of steps, number of glasses of water, number of days of exercise, number of hours that you have to put in, all that stuff. And what if it was this simple? Because I would like to make it this simple. I understand that it is this simple, and I share with you very personally. I have been exercising every single day of my life. I'm now a very old lady. I'm the fittest and strongest and healthiest I've ever been. I can do all the things that I want to do. I'm wearing the same size clothes, and I have the same energy that I had when I was 18 years of age. And the reason I can share that is I have several articles of clothing that I bought when I was 18 years of age, and I've kept them, because when you buy good quality clothing, you can keep wearing them for the rest of your life. Isn't that awesome? And if your weight does this, or your size does this, or your body changes, you can't keep wearing the same clothes, so you end up having to waste money on clothes rather than loving the clothes that you've got. So I'm very privileged that because I have an open mind, I'm open to learning, I ask a lot of questions, and I'm constantly studying anatomy and physiology, I now have a really good understanding of how simple it is to be healthy, fit and strong, and how to stay that way for the rest of your life. And I'm a living, breathing, excited, happy example of that. A high-performing, high-energy, happy lady who doesn't get sick, who recovers quickly from injury, and I've been wearing the same clothes size since I was 18. So how do you do that? And it's not about fanatical exercise, because when people say to me, Rowie, how much exercise do you do? I always say as little as possible. But I do share very passionately, you've got to put in 100% effort to get 100% result. Now, when you understand anatomy and physiology, it's nice to know that 100% effort, the physiological effect on the body, that comes from the phosphate system. When you put in 100% effort, one of the energy systems in your body is only 10 seconds. And it's designed for fight and flight. It's our stress response to if we're going to die. And I'm going to say that again. If your body thinks it's going to die, if it's under threat, it will give you everything you need to get the hell out of there or to turn and fight. Well, the beautiful thing about that system, apart from the fact that it only is 10 seconds, it's 100% effort. Every other piece of exercise that we've ever done that isn't 100% effort is us pacing ourselves. If you go out for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, even if you do 5 minutes or a minute, you'll be pacing yourself. The only time that the human body can work at 100% effort is for 10 seconds. And I use the example of the Olympic Games all the time. In every running race at the Olympic Games, the only running race at 100% effort is the phosphate system 100 meters, and they run that in just under 10 seconds. Everything after that is pacing yourself. And if you pace yourself, you're not putting in 100% effort. So I don't understand why we don't understand that. The only reason I'm so confident of that now is because I've been studying anatomy and physiology for so long, and everything else doesn't work. It's slow, and I'll rephrase that. Yes, it will work, but it works slowly. And I don't want to get results slowly. I don't want to put in a 50% effort to get a 50% result. I don't want to have to exercise for hours and hours. I don't have time. And time is the number one excuse, reason, justification that people use for not exercising. Well, the beautiful thing is if you put in 100% effort, it takes 10 seconds. If you keep doing that, you'll get fitter and stronger, whether it's when you're lifting heavy things or whether you're getting puffed. That's how simple it is. So if I have to wrap up, how do I stay healthy, fit and strong for long? It goes like this. Get puffed for 10 seconds as often as you can. Now, the beautiful thing about getting puffed for 10 seconds, first of all, is you'll recover pretty quickly. And the fitter you get, the quicker you recover. So you can go again if you want to, but you don't have to. If you've got an hour to exercise, or 30 minutes to exercise, or 20 minutes to exercise, and you love to exercise for that long, then put in 100% effort, get your breath back. Put in 100% effort, get your breath back. That just makes sense, doesn't it? So if you've got 5 minutes, get puff, rest, for 5 minutes. If you've got an hour, do that for an hour. But if you plod jog, if you pace yourself through an hour of exercise, it's boring, it's the wrong energy system. The aerobic system is the opposite to the phosphate system. It's what we can keep doing forever. So phosphate system, 10 seconds fast, go, fight and flight. Your aerobic system is what we live in. Breathe in oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide, use carbohydrate, protein and fat, little bit of protein, mostly carbohydrate and fat, and you can keep going for a really long time. It's your, what will we call it? It's just your existing. I hate that word. I don't want to just exist. I want to live, don't you? So when you're really fit and when you're really strong, that system that you use for the rest of the time that you're not exercising, that works at high performance as well. So your aerobic system gets fit and strong because you're phosphate fit. How's that? How to get phosphate fit? Hard and fast, 100% effort. So simple as this. Get puffed for 10 seconds. As you get fitter, you will recover quicker. It's one way of testing how fit you are. Get puffed, go as hard as you can. No one can go for longer than 10 seconds. The elite Olympic runners, 100 meters, just under 10 seconds, and they can't get any faster. Maybe it's going to go to 9 seconds sometime in the history of our lives. I don't know. But it's the phosphate system. You recover really quickly and then you can go again if you want to. You don't have to go again in an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, doesn't matter. So get puffed to get fit, to get puffed to get fit. Go at 100% effort. When you get fitter, you recover quicker. So your heart rate comes down and you can go again if you want to. Really simple. Get strong so that you can stay fit. When you've got really strong muscles and bones, you can puff harder because you can go harder. So in that 10-second period, if you've got really strong muscles, you can push harder. That's why, again, Olympic athletes that run 100 meters, that's why they look like bodybuilders. They've got muscles like bodybuilders. They're big, strong, powerful people because they're lifting heavy so they can run really fast. They're lifting heavy so they can get puffed. So when you're really strong, your body, apart from the fact that it helps you to get puffed, so you become a fast fat burning machine when you're resting, you are a fit, strong, healthy human being for the rest of your life. But muscle, if you can keep the muscle, and that's a beautiful thing about being my age, if you keep your muscle, you stay young. If you keep your muscle, you keep your fast metabolism that you had when you were 20. The only reason our metabolism slows down and we get fat is because we're losing muscle tissue. As you get older, you don't have to. Chronologically, we're all going to get older, but your body doesn't have to age. Keep your muscles strong, keep your bones strong, keep your heart and lungs strong, keep your endocrine hormonal system strong, keep your central nervous system strong. That all happens by lifting heavy things. Now, I don't like to say lift weights because if you don't want to lift weights, don't. Lift rocks, lift gravel in a wheelbarrow, lift your own children, lift a suitcase, lift a gym bag full of books or any bag full of books. Your body doesn't know what you're lifting as long as you're overloading your muscles and bones. And again, we've made it really complicated. Go to the gym 3 days a week, 15 exercises, 3 sets of 10 which exercises to do. Your muscles and bones don't know what you're doing. Your endocrine system only fires up and your central nervous system only fires up to peak performance, once again, in the phosphate system. So it's not about numbers, it's about how many can I do in the phosphate system until I've run out of energy. So I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm going to lift whatever it is that I'm going to lift. I'm going to lift as heavy as I can, do as many as I can, use as many muscles as possible at the same time, which means as many joints moving at the same time. Because the human body is designed to work as a complete functional machine. I don't know what happened or why people break the body up into a million pieces when they go to the gym, but that's not how the body works. We don't do anything one muscle at a time. The human body's designed where everything works. And if you've ever had, for example, an injury where you've got a sore back or you've got a sore chest or you've got a sore arm, you'll know that every time you try to move, you can feel it in every part of your body because your central nervous system fires up every muscle. Your endocrine system fires up everything that you do. So when they're all fit and strong, they all work together. The human body's not meant to be broken down into little pieces. So if you want to get strong, all you've got to do is 1, 2, maybe 3 exercises. That's all you need. Isn't that exciting? Use every muscle, every bone, every ligament, every joint, get them really strong. The harder you work, don't pace yourself. When somebody says 3 sets of 10, you're automatically going to pace yourself because after you do 1 set, then you've got to do another set, then you've got to do another set. But the interesting thing is that that's not how the human body works. Once you fire a muscle and it's worked to its 100% effort, now it's got to recover. And if you're pacing yourself, you don't put in 100% effort. And if you're pacing yourself, then what a waste of time. That's all it is. It's a waste of time. And I don't want to waste anybody's time. I want people to get strong and get fit and stay healthy, lean and fit and strong for the rest of their life. So all you've got to do is lift heavy, do as many as you can in 10 seconds, do safe exercises that use big muscle, all the muscles. You want exercises that use all of your muscles, and within, you really can do no more than, it doesn't take any more than 3 exercises, and you could do it in 1. Because if you pick up something heavy off the ground, where you bend if you squat down and pick something up off the ground, every joint gets moved. Every muscle has to work for you to pick something up safely, hold it close to your body and put it back down again. Do that as many times as you can in that 10-second phosphate system. And if you can do more, keep going. But next time, lift heavier because your muscles are blind. They don't know what you're lifting and they don't know how many times you're doing it. They're blind and they can't count. All muscles know is overload me and I'll get stronger. All your heart and lungs know, overload me and we'll get fitter. So to get strong, overload your muscles. To get fit, overload your heart and lungs. If you want to stay lean and fit and healthy and strong for the rest of your life, get puffed to get fit, lift heavy to get strong. I'm going to say that again, and it's one of my favorite things to say because it's the simple equation to having a healthy, fit, strong body for the rest of your life. Get puffed to get fit, lift heavy to get strong. The reverse of, if you are really strong, you will get really fit. Or you can get really fit because your body's capable of doing it. Very difficult to do any kind of puffing if your body's weak and frail. So if every ligament, tendon, muscle and bone in your body is strong, then you can push really hard when you get puffed. And again, your heart and lungs are blind. So whether you box or skip or run or do jump squats or walk up a hill really fast, as long as you're getting puffed. Get puffed in 10 seconds, go as hard as you possibly can, recover. When you recover, you can go again when you're sprinting. The only difference between lifting heavy and sprinting when it comes to recovery is your muscles need time to recover. Your heart and lungs will recover really quickly and your phosphate system within a couple of minutes. But your muscles, once you lift heavy, you start breaking down. It's called catabolic, meaning you're breaking down muscle tissue so that it can rebuild to get stronger. So when you don't get strong when you're lifting, and you don't get stronger by being anywhere near heavy things. A lot of people think if I go to the gym, I'm going to get strong. You only get strong when you have recovered from your workout and you're super compensated. And it's one of my favorite words. So you lift as heavy as you can, keep going till you can't do any more, use every single muscle, bone, ligament, tendon and joint in your body. That now puts you into a catabolic state where you've broken down muscle tissue. That just has to recover, it has to regenerate and then super compensate. Recover, regenerate, super compensate and you'll get stronger. Now how do you know that you're getting stronger? You can lift heavy. It's really simple, and that's why I don't understand, again, as an exercise professional for 40 plus years, why would we tell people when to train? The only time that you need to lift heavy, again, is when you have recovered and regenerated and super compensated, and you know that you've super compensated because you're stronger. So if you can lift heavier than you did last time, you know that you're stronger. If you are stronger, you can then puff harder or put more intense effort into your 10 seconds. And it's just that simple process. Lift heavy to get strong, get puffed to get fit, and stay healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life. After that, everything else is just confusing, contradicting, doesn't make any sense, doesn't follow anatomy and physiology. You might have lots of questions about, could it be that easy? That's what a lot of people say to me. It can't possibly be that simple. Well, what if it was? What if you didn't have to go to the gym 3 days a week and do 15 exercises, 3 sets of 10? What if you didn't have to exercise for an hour to get a result? I've got a really fun story when I was managing health clubs, which I did for 23 years of my life in multiple countries around the world. And I've learnt lots and lots and lots of or had lots of experiences and learnt lots of things the hard way. And here's one of them. A lady came to me at the front desk, one of my health clubs, and she said to me, Rowie, you've told me I have to run on the treadmill for 20 minutes. This was before I understood anatomy and physiology. And this is why I started studying it really intensely. She said, you've told me I have to run on the treadmill for 20 minutes. What if there's a blackout at like 12 minutes or 17 minutes? Does that mean that everything I did up until 12 or 17 doesn't count? Well, it made the question was a very good question, and it made me really think and consider, what are you telling people to do, Rowie? You are an exercise professional. You need to know your stuff. You need to understand how the human body works. And technically, yes, 17 minutes is a waste of time, or 15 minutes, or 20 minutes, or even 5 minutes is a waste of time if you haven't put in 100% effort. If you've got 5 minutes and you get puff, get your breath back, get puff, get your breath back, get puff, get your breath back, now you've got yourself a workout that will actually work. But if you just plod, jog, pace yourself through a workout, it's a waste of time. And I don't want to waste your time. I'm going to say that again. We can make more money, but we can't ever get our time back. So as an exercise professional, I feel really responsible to make sure that people get the best results in the shortest period of time in the safest way possible. And that's the most important thing. If your exercise program puts you at any risk whatsoever, barring accident, of injury to your joints, it is irresponsible of the person that gave you that program. Would that be fair? If an exercise has any risk of hurting you, it means that you won't be able to exercise, or you won't be able to exercise at full intensity. And that's not fair. It's too hard to exercise when your joints hurt. It's too hard if you've got a sore knee or a sore back or a sore shoulder. So let's make sure that the exercise that we do puts our body at a zero risk, barring accident, of hurting ourselves. That's either from overuse injury, and there's a lot of those going on because we just do too much for too long, and it's we just pound our body, versus doing an exercise that's simply dangerous for your joint. And if an exercise puts shearing forces across your joint, or shearing forces and rotational forces across your joint, you are now at risk of being injured. And if you're injured, you can't exercise, and you certainly can't exercise at full intensity. So every exercise should be analysed. Where's the pressure coming from? Could there be an overuse injury? And that's a beautiful thing about working in the phosphate system. It's short and fast. So very low risk of overuse because you're not going for very long. And then the really important part is the exercise that you choose every joint needs to be analysed. Is there shearing force going across the joint? Is there shearing force with rotational forces going across the joint? And if there is, that's a high risk exercise. And most of the exercises that you will see in the gym, on social media, in a magazine, promoted by some of the supposed experts in the world, when you know how to analyse the exercise for yourself, you'll know that exercise is going to put shearing forces and or rotational forces across my joint, and it has a risk of hurting me now or in the future. And I refuse to do that to anybody. I did that to myself when I first started in the exercise profession. I didn't listen to, my father taught me this when I was a little girl, always ask questions. Why are we doing this and how does it work? But I didn't. I just believed the experts because they were experts, and I was so impressed with their impressiveness. But nobody is impressive unless they give you an exercise program that is safe, effective and fast. It gives you a stack of energy, helps you perform at your best, makes sure that you look good in the mirror, and gives you the results that you want. And if your exercise program is not doing that for you long term, then it's not a good exercise program. Would that be fair? So my goal every single day is to make sure that the information that you get from me is safe, effective and fast. And then You will feel good. Na 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 na. I knew that I would now. Na 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 na. So good. Yes, for long.